Hello guys, here with another review. Today I want to do this manicure kit from Amazon, from Esarora is the brand. It's sold as a 18-in-1 stainless steel professional pedicure kit, nail scissor grooming kit with black leather traveling case. Um, so I bought this because my cuticles were looking kind of crazy. You'll see that in a few minutes. So at the time, I think I paid $16.99 for this or $15.99 for this, so it wasn't that bad. The specific tool that I wanted, which was a cuticle trimmer, solo would have been like $8 or $9, so I decided to go with the full kit instead because it was like, why not? Treat yourself. That being said, though, 90% of the stuff in here I have no idea how to use. Those clippers, no idea how to use them. These baby clippers don't really work well on my fingernails, so I can't really use them. Um, Overall, I would say this kit's only worth it if you think you're going to use all that stuff, because it's been like 6 or 7 months since I bought this, and I don't think I've used a single one of these things more than once besides the cuticle trimmer, and I don't even think I'm using that correctly. Sorry about like the audio on this. I have to find a lot of filler to talk about. I've been trying to film more because of this whole quarantine thing. I've been not working since March 5th, so it's been an incredible time of just trying to find the will to go on. No, it's not been that bad. But yeah, given the current state of events in the United States, I've not been working and have been working from home and trying to make more videos. I don't know why I try to cut my finger there, mostly just to show you that they're kind of sharp, these scissors, but not that sharp. I probably shouldn't be cutting paper because I think it ruins the integrity of the scissors over time, but again, no idea. Don't actually know how to do a manicure. Um, these little clippy things are kind of cool, but I'm not sure what they're supposed to be used for. Um, the inside faux leather is not really leather, it's like a nylon with weird fabric on it. Um, that being said, the little clipper thingies are cool if you can get them to work on like longer pieces of cuticle. Again, no idea how to use them. Haven't really used them. I probably will lose them. That being said, yeah, so how's everybody been during the quarantine? It's been almost 20 days for me now. No, it's been exactly 20 days, and yeah, I haven't left the house in 20 days, going pretty crazy. Uh, I live in a fairly large plot of land, so I can actually go outside. Do I, though? Absolutely not. That being said, I have the option. Um, I do find that I'm mostly a introverted type of person. Don't really socialize all that much, but as soon as you tell me that it's quarantine and I have to stay inside, it's so much worse than actually not doing things weekend to weekend. But other than that, I've just been pretty busy with like school stuff. Um, the next series of tools are like these little shaver things. No idea what they're used for, and I'm pretty sure I keep messing up my nails every time I use them. I've been kind of using it to scrape my cuticle back, but it doesn't really work well. And yeah, it creates little divots in my fingernail, which I don't think is good for my fingernail. But again, I'm not simply nail logical, so I don't know. Um, Sorry about my fingernails too. They're clean. I just haven't cut them in a while because I couldn't find this kit for several weeks, and it has all my uh, nail clippers in it, apparently. The bigger nail clippers do work much better than the smaller ones, so that's at least something beneficial. And yeah, I only cut one of my fingernails. Even right now, it's 2:02 a.m., and All my fingernails are still very long except for that right thumb. Will I go back and cut them? Who knows? Not me. Uh, Other than that, like, I don't know. This nail clipper thing, probably not worth it for most people. Just buy a cuticle trimmer. I feel like ew, that's on my fingernail. Sorry about that. I have a Roomba, so it'll pick it up later. These tools especially, no idea what they're used for. I thought they were cuticle pushers, but like they're so dull, and I think they're meant to be that way so that they don't damage your fingernail, but you cannot use them. Like, it's like trying to do your nails with a spoon or like a thick ass chopstick. I don't know. Those are the only two things I can think of. Um, but yeah, absolutely useless. Not sure what they're for. I think overall I'd probably give this like a 2 out of 5, um, because I think it's still fairly expensive. Here I was just kind of showing that these tweezers do absolutely nothing. They would have probably been useful, for certain things, but like it can't even pull out like my thumbnail. I mean my thumb hair. So I just don't understand why you would get them otherwise. There's a few other tools in here too, like this one. In the light, it kind of looks like there's a bladed edge on there. There really isn't. These are extremely blunt and they really don't do much. Um, there's a few other tools that have nothing to do with manicures. I believe one is essentially an ear cleaner, and then there's a few Commodon extractors, which I have other kits for, and the ones in this one to me just aren't up to par to what you would get in like a professional kit. And I'm not a professional anyways, so I have no business. This is the one tool that I actually do use, but I'm not sure if I'm using it correctly. And I can only utilize it with my right hand because I'm right-handed, so I can't use it on my left hand, or I can't use it on my right hand with my left hand, which is extremely frustrating. But yeah, this one's probably the funnest one. I actually do kind of like using it and like taking off all that gross stuff. Um, I also haven't really lotioned my hands in a while, so that's kind of why they're disgusting. It's quarantine times. Like, who takes care of themselves? I read a tweet the other day that said something to the effect of like, to all the people who are working from home, you're about to get much uglier, and girl, that's me right now. It's just you kind of stop caring. So it's kind of nice to have these kinds of things, so that way when you find them, you can do like the occasional, you know, self-care moment. But yeah, other than that, like normally I'd go back through this and use like a very hydrating hand moisturizer. I like Aesop's um, geranium leaf body balm. That's typically what I use for like my hands and general body. Uh, I also use like a cuticle oil to go over my fingernails. But my fingernails are really jacked up anyways because like I said, I don't really take care of them and I don't really cut them. And typically I only cut them when they start like creating tags in my clothes because I like break them or they become soft when I wear gloves. Because I work with gloves a lot, so they become soft and then they crack, and then that's when I typically cut them, when they're ripping through my gloves. Don't come at me for that. That's just like how it is. My nails grow extremely fast, so I have to cut them like once a week. But yeah, next thing is just a few minutes of trying to trim my cuticles with my embarrassing long fingernails that I should definitely cut, but I'm not going to because I'm really lazy. Quarantine is a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. Now, granted, like I have a lot to do at my house, but you get really tired of being around the people you live with all the time when you have to be around them. And I don't know about you, but it comes to the point where like there is such a thing as spending too much time with somebody, and I've capped that for 20 days now. Since day one, I was done. Anyways, long story short, here's that blunt tool thing I was talking about. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but it's definitely digging into my fingernail where I'm using it. So I stopped using it. Yeah, other than that, there's just too many tools in this, I think, and I can't remember if it actually came with directions or not. And if it did, I don't think I'd use them regardless, whether they came or not. Oh, this was the ear thing that I was talking about. So I'm pretty sure that's meant to go into your ear. That's what I was like trying to model there. Sorry, I just realized that's a little bit more graphic than I intended it to be. But yeah, this is a Commandant extractor. Like, even in my professional kit, I do not use that tool because I feel like you should definitely not poke your zits with that. Um, it might be useful to like get rid of like small milia that you can just pop out, but in general, I probably would not use that. Um, that's just me again, putting those cuticle shavings on the floor. Yeah, so this Commandant extractor is just way too small to be useful. So like overall, I'd probably give this like a 2.5 out of 5. Probably wouldn't recommend it, but I'm gonna put the link in the bio so you guys can check it out if you'd like. Tell me what you think. Yeah. So have a safe quarantine. Stay inside. Avoid contact. Cough into your, coat. Wash your hands. Use hand sanitizer. And just remember, you're doing quarantine for the greater good. So ultimately, just, be patient. It's almost over. It will be fine afterwards. Anyways, go ahead and like and subscribe to my video if you liked it. If not, you should still probably subscribe, because what else do you have to do? Goodbye.